What is up, everybody? This is Atticus the Death Meddler. Forgive me for not showing my awesomeness in video, for I have a picture of myself with a Thompson on my 24th birthday on Thanksgiving. Basically, this is just going to be a video. It's kind of a bit like how the Amazing Atheist does with most of his videos, but basically, this is just going to be a video that is looking up on some very cringeworthy tweets that happened to the shooting that happened not too long ago. Now, those of you who are not aware of what just happened, there was a shooting that happened at Colorado Springs, Colorado, at a Planned Parenthood, pretty much. And what happened was that, this person had 3 people killed and 9 injured. And pretty much everybody took to Twitter in the most cringe-worthiness thing as possible, and not just condemning the actions over this person. They're basically praising this motherfucker that went out of his way and shot all those people. So I'm going to be reading to you right now. Ryan tweets, "No sympathy for any pregnant female who was injured in the Planned Parenthood shooting that was there to get an abortion. She deserved it." Okay, Ryan, so the fact that we live in America where women have a lot of, rights as us men do, they totally deserved it, because apparently, in your opinion, anybody that gets an abortion makes Jesus cry. So is that what you're trying to get at? And basically, you're saying they're also deserving it by having themselves injured as well. So, I mean, you are a pro-lifer, so why not be about life? Am I right? That's just the thing about being pro-life, is that you're totally for life, and yet you are praising this terrorist by shooting them, which is the exact opposite of what pro-lifers do. DJ tweets, "I wonder how many unborn babies were saved by this gunman interrupting normal Planned Parenthood activities. Just looking on the bright side." The bright side? There is no bright side in any of this. There was a man who just, for God knows what reasons, there are some reports in where he was escaping from a bank, and he's just stumbled upon a Planned Parenthood and gunned down those people, those 3 people and those cops as well. So there's 7 billion people in the world, and the fact that you are just wanting this shit to be demolished is just, you're asking for overpopulation. You're just begging for a DJ. Risky's top, and this is just the most cringeworthy out of all of them, but I guarantee you there's more. He tweets, "Planned Parenthood kills 1 million babies and no one bats an eye. But one brave hero tries to put a stop to that, and everyone loses their minds." So apparently this guy is saying that this man, the shooter, was a hero, and for, stopping the atrocities that is Planned Parenthood. Honestly, I really don't give a shit over abortion, because a woman does have the rights to have an abortion. There are legitimate reasons why a woman has to have an abortion, not just because she is a harlot or a whore and stuff and has sex with a lot of people and therefore needs to get an abortion, but there are legitimate reasons and why women need abortions. What if the fetus is endangering the woman's life? What if she is financially incapable of raising a child? What if, many other stuff. What if she is not ready to be a parent? I sure as hell am not ready to be a parent at all. I am not parenting material. I'm being honest here. I do not want to have any kids unless I am financially ready to raise a child of my own, which is never gonna happen. So, Risky's top, you're a fucking asshole. White Front, another cringeworthy tweet, said, "I am very happy that the shooter's mother chose not to abort him. Planned Parenthood. You know whom people are glad that, whose mothers did not abort their children? Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler, Slobodan Milosevic, you know, all those people, because they killed millions of people. Just food for thought right there, because, most of those people that, are deserving of life will grow up to become, tyrannical dictators. Another funny thing is that Saddam Hussein's mother wished that, he would be aborted, which, should have done Iraq a favor, but, it happened. It happened. Saddam was chosen life and he became a brutal dictator. Brian Warner, I guess this is some guy attempting to be a Marilyn Manson because Marilyn Manson's real name is Brian Warner. Planned Parenthood shooter has done more in one day to save black babies than Black Lives Matter has done in the last several months. Okay, what does this have to do with Black Lives Matter? I could give two shits less about the Black Lives Matter, but I do agree that institutionalized racism is a major issue. But I have given up so much hope on the movement that it's just a one big clusterfuck. And I guarantee you a lot of those people don't know what the fuck they're protesting about. I do know what these people are protesting. And I do know a lot of people that are for the Black Lives Matter movement for obvious reasons. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that BLM, that there are some rational people for Black Lives Matter than, that Planned Parenthood shooter, because that Planned Parenthood shooter is a fucking asshole. And Vero Mint says, folks upset that murderers and murder enablers died at Planned Parenthood, but babies die at Planned Parenthood every day. Why shouldn't adults? Well, maybe it's the fact that that we live in a world where there are 7 billion people, there's limited resources, there is so many conflicts, and there's a lot of environmental damage, and the fact that people are popping out kids in alarming rates is just going to add on to the burden that the world has and stuff. I mean, if you ban abortion, it's not going to do much good. It's going to cause a lot of bad problems here. I'm sorry, man, but, abortion is a necessary evil, and I support it regardless. You should just deal the fuck with it. Don't like abortion, don't get one. You have a choice, man. Wrong short, and this is going to be the last one here. JSA Vite, maybe, but think about how many innocent babies were likely saved by shutting those places down. Abortion doctors are terrorists too. Okay, so the doctors at Planned Parenthood are terrorists when they pretty much have done nothing fucking shitty. Yeah, of course, destroying like a fetus is pretty fucked up. I will admit it. It's a pretty disgusting and fucked up job. I'm not gonna lie. It is. Abortions are not fun. I'm just gonna say that abortions are never fun, but it happens. They have a job and they're here to keep the population stable and stuff. That's all I'm gonna say at that. Planned Parenthood is there for an obvious goddamn reason, and you people are just absolutely stupid. Before I end this video right here, a lot of those people that are, condemning the Planned Parenthood shooter, they're basically this. Here's a little bit of double standards here. Those are the same people that are going around saying that not all Muslims are terrorists, and yet they are the same people that are just jumping down the bandwagon and saying all Christians are a bunch of Bible-thumping bigots that are anti-abortionists, and there are cases where Planned Parenthoods were firebombed as well by radical Christians. Now, just let me just say this as an atheist myself. Not all Christians are Bible-thumping bigots. Not all Muslims are radical jihadists. A good majority of those Muslims are radical jihadists. It's just the minority of them are these rational thinking Muslims here. You can't just say that you are all for defending Muslims, and yet you overgeneralize an entire religion, which is Christianity. Yes, I get it. Bible thumping bigots are a big, humongous, cancerous tumor in this country. But do you think that my family deserves all this shit? No, I don't think so. I've lived a good portion of my life in the Catholic faith, and I gotta say, it's pretty hard being a Christian. That's all I gotta say at that. And you know what? Props to the people who want to, continue on that faith. But it was just not for me. And I will continue defending my family's beliefs regardless, though I'm an atheist. But we get along fine. Me and my family get fine over our different beliefs, and I respect them for that. We do have sometimes our arguments, but I love them. You can't replace family. So if you watch this video, please do yourselves a favor. Like, if you're going to say that not all Muslims are terrorists, then you should be saying the same shit to your fellow Christian neighbors. Capiche? Capiche. Also, another thing, I understand that, people are going to say that we need to ban guns. I've already made a video on that. I've made both sides. Yes, we need to regulate guns. But if you're going to go around and do what Australia did, as in banning all guns, I'm sorry, but it's going to waste a lot of tax dollars that, instead of making this country better, is going to make it worse. And it's going to plummet us further in debt if you want to go on this wholesale ban of guns. We've already done 2 prohibitions, the war on drugs is still going on, and they have left disastrous results. So that is why we can't do prohibition. We've had a pretty bad history on prohibition, and no, we just can't ban guns. Yes, it may work with other countries, but I fail to see that in America. But that's just my 2 cents over here. So all of you people, just please stop overgeneralizing. To the people that are, enabling this Planned Parenthood shooter, regardless if he was doing it to stop Planned Parenthood or he was at a bank robbery, who knows? Yeah, those people can just go fuck themselves. They're deplorable human beings, and they don't represent all the Christian faith and shit like that. But that's just me on that. But there we go. And that's it. I am Atticus, a death metaler. If you liked this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. A lot of links are on the description below in this video. If you want to check more out, please subscribe. I have a lot of stuff coming up on the way. Keep it metal and have a wonderful day.